Hey, welcome back. Hope you guys are having a good day. You're tuning in to howtoplaystock.com. My name is Casey. Today is November 15th, 2017. It's Wednesday. Hope you guys are having a good one. I wanted to shoot a video today on the big question, okay? And that is, what does it take to retire? All right. I found an article on USA Today, which I thought was pretty interesting, and it just kind of led to some of my own ideas and thoughts on what it takes to retire, as well as what I found from the article here in USA Today. Now, before I get started, I want to tell you guys that I have briefly experienced what it's like for retired folks, okay? I had a former career in network engineering and IT. I did that for about 7 years, and I decided, I got burnt out on it. It was time for a change in my career, so I just stopped. I stopped altogether, and I took a break for a good year trying to decide what I wanted to do, okay? And in that year's time, I had a lot of passive income that I was generating off of other investments. Unfortunately, those came to a grinding halt in 2014 when oil started tanking, okay? So a lot of my dividends were cut off. I did have a major nest egg of funds available, liquid cash, that I could put to use in other areas. So I started doing that, and I could have kept going for about probably 3 years before my cash ran out. And that's what I want to touch on today, is when you're retiring, you have to make sure that your cash is going to last you until you die, okay? In other words, that's why if you look at my YouTube channel, the slogan for that is income is the outcome, because you want to generate income, man. You want to make sure that that income keeps coming in month after month after month. All right? Because if not, you're going to be going back to McDonald's and flipping fries, and you do not want to do that. So I'm just going to briefly cover what USA Today had to say about what it takes to retire. They said that essentially what you want to do is follow a 4% rule. Okay, now the 4% rule is based off of a couple different factors. One is Social Security, and then the other is how much your 401k generates as far as income. Now, I'm not going to get too far in depth with Social Security, but I can tell you right now, Social Security, it is, it's going to continue being around for a while, but you never know what might happen here in the future when it comes to government spending, entitlement programs, stuff like that. So, Social Security, I don't look at it as a guarantee, and I don't believe, and this is just my own opinion, I don't believe that anybody should, because what if that is taken away from us? And it can be, realistically, at any given moment. So I don't try to rely on Social Security. If it's there, great. If not, move on, okay? And make sure that you have a backup plan. So for the example here, we're going to use Social Security in the example, and you can as well if you want. My own strategy, though, does not include this. Okay, it's just based off of investments that I got going, cash flow that I have, and a huge amount of cash that I'm trying to set aside for other investments outside of 401k and Social Security. But we're not going to touch on that today. We're just going to go off the example that USA Today gave us. So, for example, let's just say you and your spouse, okay, you guys make $3,500 a month, which is roughly $42,000 a year, all right? And that's from Social Security, just Social Security alone. What you're going to need is $60,000 a year, and this is just a hypothetical scenario, so your numbers may be a little bit different here, but let's say you need $60,000 a year to cover all of your expenses, okay? So what you want to do is take $60,000, which is what it would take to cover all of your expenses. You want to subtract that from your $3,500 a month on Social Security, all right? And that leaves you with $18,000. So basically, you're going to need $18,000 a year in generated income off of your 401k or your nest egg, your savings, whatever financial investment it might be that's generating income for you. You're going to want at least $18,000. And again, the reason why is because $42,000 a year which is what you're making off your Social Security, plus 18,000 equals 60,000, which is what you need to cover all of your expenses, all right? So it's called the 4% rule. Now, the reason why they picked 4% is because your inflation rate throughout time, and this is just historically looking back at inflation rates, they're usually around 4%. Okay, now right now in the economy, our inflation rate is lower than that, and the Federal Reserve is trying to get the inflation rate up to a target of about 2%. Okay, it's going to go above that throughout time. I mean, it's pretty much, it's guaranteed through monetary operations and, you know, how the central bank controls our currency with prices on just about everything. So inflation, you're never going to escape it. It's I don't know if it's needed necessarily. That's a whole nother topic, a whole nother debate. But just you know, FYI here, the reason why we're picking 4% is because it's based off inflation rate. Now, you know, the next thing you need to ask yourself is, do you think inflation is going to go up or down throughout time? You know, from here, say, to the time you're 60 years old. And if the answer is yes, then you might go off of, say, like a 6% rule, okay, instead of 4, just to kind of, you know, factor in that additional security blanket for prices rising over time. So that's all I have for today's video. If you like what you're hearing here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button as well, share it with others. I have a website as well called howtoplaystock.com, so if you're not familiar with investing, you're new to the whole subject, and you want to educate yourself on it a little bit, you can go out to the website, and I've got all sorts of information on long-term investing, short-term investing, different strategies you can use for day trading, stuff like that. So by all means, go check out the website. I also have a course, okay, that I put together. It's about 2.5 hours, and I go through and I show you guys how to invest your money and reduce your risks, okay, and your odds of losing in the markets significantly. All right, I've already back tested this all the way back to 1971. I couldn't go any further than that because of the testing site that I was using, but since 1971 and now, the portfolio allocation that I set up on this and the way I went about investing in my own portfolio, the most it would have lost if I would have been investing since 1971 was I believe it was like 3.49%. You'd have to go back and look at the course. It's completely free. It doesn't cost anything, so you can go ahead and enroll in that if you want. Go through and learn what I'm teaching in my YouTube channel, and it's all packaged together there for you in about 2.5 hours. It's a little lengthy, so I apologize for that, but go back and look at those numbers because it's astonishing. It really is with the allocation that I put together and how you go about investing. And I base this off of not my own information, okay? I just stood on the shoulders of giants, guys like Ray Dalio and Warren Buffett, and I've read a lot of their books, done a lot of research on them, and studied them for about 8 years, okay? And it's not only those two. There's I mean, the list goes on. There's multiple investors that I've looked at and studied. But I packaged everything into one single investing course so that you can start learning about the stuff that the knowledge that I've obtained over the years for investing. So check it out. Hope you guys are having a good day. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up now. And remember, guys, income is the outcome, okay? Take your time, be patient, and start running those numbers and see what you come up with as far as how much it costs to actually retire. Because in this example right here, you're going to need about $450,000 in your nest egg. Okay? So once you get your total figure, all you have to do is just take your total figure, times it by 4%, and you should get, when you're doing that, you should get 18,000. Okay? So, and I correct me if I'm wrong here because I don't have a calculator in front of me, but I believe it's 450,000 times 0.04. and that gives you 18,000. So anyways, I'm done here. Hope you guys are having a good day, and I will talk to you later.